I mentioned Clint earlier. And I mentioned Clint because if you haven't seen this movie, it's called Gran Torino. It's one of my favorites because this speaks to the sixth need. Now, Abraham Maslow, when he was getting older, he was taking a lot of flack, like, I don't know, yeah, that's cute, the hierarchy and everything, but just something seems missing. And he was beating himself up about it, and he would jog, and unfortunately, he had a heart attack when he was dying before his publication came out explaining the sixth need. But the sixth need is all about Gran Torino. Gran Torino is a story. I'm going to spoil it for you, so get ready. Not really. Yeah, I mean, this is a really great movie. This is a story of a racist, bigoted, ex-cop jerk who his neighborhood is being, these people from Vietnam, Cambodia, somewhere, they're coming and they're ruining his neighborhood in Detroit. And he worked on the assembly line at Ford for years, and now they're ruining his shit, And he drinks at the bar, and he calls them all really terrible epithets and racist stuff. And by the end of this movie, he transcends himself. Self-transcendence is the sixth need. And it's the ultimate gift. And if you can drive your story to an ending payoff that includes self-transcendence, you're going to get a lot of people really excited about it. Mr. Darcy self-transcends. It's the only character in Pride and Prejudice who does. All right, so back to the Clint story. So Clint, I think they're called the Hmong people or Hmong. I can't pronounce it very well. But this family moves in next door. The cooking smells weird. Everything's wrong. It's not American. And one of the kids is a young high school kid, and this gang comes to, put the screws to the kid. And they accidentally step on Clint's yard. And Clint comes out there with this gun and goes, "You get the hell off of my yard, or I'll..." And the family's like, "Hey, thank you." And he's like, "Yeah, whatever, you weirdos." And he's protecting his safety, his primary spot. He's running on safety. He wants the America the way he wants it. He's got a beautiful, pristine Gran Torino that he polishes and never drives, sitting in his garage. He never drives it. By the end of this movie, he goes to that gang and he kills all of them. And he dies to save that kid. And the end of the movie is that kid driving that Gran Torino. He left him the car. Great movie. From Clint. He's a very conservative guy. He has very conservative views about politics and everything, but he made a movie that is our country. And he was the perfect guy at the perfect time, and he transcended himself. And that's what people want to see. It makes them feel like, I can relate to Clint. Those people, I don't really like those people who live next door now. They're loud. They have too many people in that freaking apartment. I know, I could call the Board of Health, but if they make a connection, if they move beyond themselves, not only will they self-actualize, they'll transcend themselves. They'll move their self and right into all of society. And that is an ending payoff that people love, that ending payoff. And that's why Elizabeth Bennet goes crazy for Mr. Darcy. The guy's, come on, what does this guy got to do, right? He shows up, he's the coolest guy at the ball, he's the best looking man in the room, He's got $10,000 a year. He's got Pemberley. Pemberley, which is, forget it. No, not good enough for Elizabeth. No, she wants authenticity. She doesn't want any bullshit money. She doesn't care if the guy's rich or how handsome he is. Yeah, a lot of handsome guys. Bingley's handsome. Doesn't matter to her. It's not until he proves his love to her by making an act of self-sacrifice that transcends his selfish life for no gain. The guy knows this woman has told him, dude, last man on earth, still not marrying you. Still not marrying her. Now, if that's me, woman's dead to me. Never. I'm not doing it. But this guy, he sacrifices. It's hard to explain the level of sacrifice that Darcy makes in that story today because the social classes were so strict that he brought upon basically leaving the upper classes by his action to bail out Lydia Bennet and pay off Wickham, who tried to seduce his sister. He had to give this scoundrel £10,000. And, you know, the story's going to get around. Mr. Collins is writing letters all the time. Of course it's going to get around that Mr. Darcy did it. And his reputation in social circles is destroyed. For what? A woman who tells him that she's not going to marry him if he's the last man on earth. He transcended his inner baloney. He self-actualized and then self-transcended.